5,000 years ago, Kahndaq was a melting pot of cultures, wealth, power, and magic. Yet most of us had nothing, except for the chains around our necks. Kahndaq needed a hero. Instead, they got me.
Hello heroes and villains, welcome to Multiverse. Today we will create the EEViLL Black Adam. So let's get this party started. So we're going to skip the cinematics. I have a video that's called This Universe Online, the movie, with a whole bunch of those cinematics.
Targets identified. Select gender and body type.
So if you want to watch those cinematics, you could check that video. So we'll make our friend athletic. Usually I'll go with athletic medium by default. I reserve athletic smalls for bigger guys. I know that Black Adam is supposed to be bigger, especially seeing how The Rock will be playing him in the movie. So it probably should be athletic tall, but I'll stick to athletic medium for reasons. So you see inspired by.
Select a hero or villain morality.
So there's a whole bunch of pre-made characters that you could use if you wanted to. But Black Adam is not one of them, sadly. So we will create our Black Adam from scratch.
Select a hero or villain morality.
So obviously our friend Black Adam will be an evil villain, although I suspect in the movie they will probably play him more like an anti-hero, especially seeing how he's going to be played by The Rock. I guess we'll have to wait and see for that.
Select a personality to determine social behavior.
It would be tempting to go maybe for the powerful stance, but we'll go for the serious one instead.
Select a mentor as the guidelines for data application.
So we'll go with magic as the origin. The reason why I wanted to use Black Adam, I was hesitating a bit. I toyed with the idea of using Black Adam, or I thought I could create maybe the Trigon Superman as an evil villain, as a magic villain. I played video with tech characters, meta characters. I thought I was overdue for a magic character, and I wanted to play one more villain before I switched back to playing a hero. I would have wanted to play to make a Reverse Flash, but we'll stick to our friend Black Adam this time.
Select power group from available exobyte data to determine combat role.
So for our power, we'll go with electricity. Sadly, if you're a free-to-play player, you don't have access to that power. It's a power that you get. Either you're going to have to purchase the power, or you have to be a legendary player to be able to use that power.
Select movement mode.
Just for those who may not know, there's a bit technically four movement style. There's a skimming, acrobatic, super speed, and flying. Flying, acrobatic, and super speed, everyone can use them. So if you're a free-to-play player, you can use those abilities. If you want to use skimming, sadly, in order to be able to use skimming, you have to be either a legendary player or you have to purchase the skimming movement style, movement mode in the marketplace. So this is our friend Black Adam. Let's go with flight.
Select weapon specialty from available data.
So for the weapon, I would be tempted to go with End Blast. With End Blast, you can also simulate brawling a bit, and it gives you some range attack. But well, we'll stick to using. We'll use brawling with our friend Black Adam.
Displaying exobyte download summary. Appearance options now available. Modify any category as desired. Accept download when ready.
So now we can customize the appearance of our Black Adam friend. So let us do that. So for the body, for the skin, we'll stick to human skin 1. For the hairstyle, we'll go with a slicked back. So for the costume, we won't use anything for the headpiece. For the face, I'd be tempted to leave it as it is, but let's go for the emissive eyes. We can always change it later in the game if we want to. Let's go for the lightning bolts. For the chest, pretty much any slimline will do the trick. I would be tempted to go with the New Genesis chest piece because it's one of the few chest pieces that doesn't cover the hands of the character. Sadly, we end up with all those. We end up with a bunch of lines that I don't really want to have with this character, so we'll use something else. So I would be tempted to go with Pyramid Slimline. But usually what I end up doing, I end up using a reverse slimline. Although I'm not too crazy about the effect around the hands of the character, so let's go with the pyramid slimline in this case. I'm not going to use a back piece for our friend Black Adam. Actually, let's go for the embellished black piece, but I probably won't use it. For the hands, technically, we shouldn't have hands with our Black Adam character. Let's go with the Trim Classic, and worst comes to worst, we won't use it. For the waist, for our friend Black Adam, we'll go for the clasped belt. For the legs, any number of slimline legs will do the trick. In this case, we will go with the reverse slimline. It's often the slimline I go for by default. And for the feet, the clean cuffed are pretty close to the classic style of our friend Black Adam, so we'll use those boots. So we pretty much have all the styles we need, so now let's tweak the colors. So for the color, for the costume, it'll be simple enough. First, we customize the palette. So we'll need black, and yellow. I usually go for a pretty bright yellow. And just by default, let's take white. I'll take white for one of the color channels just because. There is a fourth colors channel. We're not really going to use it. So now we can customize the channels for each piece of gear. So for the emblem, let's just put it all yellow. I'm not sure if that's the emblem we're going to use, but for now, that's what we have. So for the chest piece, we'll just put it black. For the back piece, the reason why I went with embellished, I guess we could end up using it if we wanted to. And this could kind of sort of work for our friend Black Adams. For the hand, doesn't really matter. Let's put it, there we go. For the waist, obviously, we'll go with yellow. The legs, we'll just put it black. And for the feet, we'll go with yellow again. So for the costume, this is about as close to our friend Black Adam as we can get right now. So for the skin, we might decide to give him a slightly darker skin. It looks a little pale here. That should do it. And for the hair, we'll go for black. And for the eyes, let's stick with... not sure why the menu is freezing on me right now. So for the eyes, I'm not sure why the menu was not cooperating. I'd be tempted to go either with some sort of yellowish effect to simulate lightning, or let's give him bright white lightning eyes. Let's go for the white eyes. So this gives us a fairly good looking Black Adam, but I'll tweak him a bit more in just a minute. So let's click at character creation. This is about as close as you can get anyway, but we'll try to tweak him in just a minute. And now for the hard part, we are going to try to find a name for our Black Adam character. Sadly, pretty much all the cool names have been taken, so finding good names, already finding a name is challenging. Finding a good one, it can take a while. So I hope you guys are patient. It might take you a while to come up with the perfect name for your character. Or to come up with the perfect name that is not already taken, or that is not an invalid name. Sadly, there is a name filter. There's a lot of words, sadly, that you cannot use when you create your DC Universe Online character. And the filter is almost a living, breathing entity. It evolves over time. Or there's names that used to be like you'll see some characters that were able to use names like Marvel or Spawn in the past. Sadly, nowadays, if you try to use any of those names, like if you try to create Marvel Black or something, it just won't work because of the Marvel part of the name. It's sad, but that's how it is nowadays. So let's see if we can find a name to our friend Black Adam. There's one thing they've added to this Universal Line that's a bit of an improvement. Eons ago, you would have to click on the name to basically click next to finally be told that the name was invalid, and then you have to come back in your menu. Nowadays, as soon as you select the game tells you if the name is invalid, if the name is already taken. So obviously in this case, Black Adam, there's no way I was going to be able to use it. But I just wanted to show you that it basically, if you try to use a name like Black Adam or Batman or Superman, it'll tell you that the name is invalid. So let's try it again. So this here is the less bad option what we could find without spending 3 hours looking for names. So let us finish this. So at this point, we could decide to skip the tutorial. The tutorial is on the Brainiac ship. We're not going to skip that. We could skip to level 25, but I think you have to pay, I think it's $10 in order to be able to do that. We're not going to do that either. And there is also the option to skip to combat rating 255. In January, when they first added that option, for roughly 1 month, we could do it one time for free. And sadly nowadays, you have to pay $50 in order to be able to do that. So you still have the option to do it, but it costs you $50 to do so. If it is your first character, I would strongly suggest not to do that because you have to learn the process of playing the game, and it's something you can do progressively from level 1 to level whatever. So if you skip right ahead to combat rating 255, there's a lot of basic mechanics or basic things about the game that you probably don't know the first time around. So it might be a bit frustrating to skip right ahead to combat rating 255. But at the end of the day, you do what you want to do. So here, let's go with start game. I have videos again about with a whole bunch of cinematics, so just go watch that DC Universe Online the movie video, and you'll see those cinematics. So you can see there's little hints also that will appear to help you out. So again, at character creation, this is about as close to our friend Black Adams as you can get. And as you can see next to each styles, you can see those little locks. There's something called release all or hold all. If we release all, you'll see what happens. You can see all the little locks are unlocked. That means that whenever I'm going to equip a piece of gear, if I leave it unlocked, it's going to change the style of my character whenever I equip a new piece of gear. You don't want to do that. So we're going to go for hold all. So in this case, we're going to remove the cape for now. And we'll go for more, something a little closer to the classic Black Adam. Actually, let's remove the gloves and we'll try something else. Eons ago in the marketplace, at some point in time, they were selling a Black Adam t-shirt in the marketplace. Sadly, it is no longer an option. So if you already purchased the Black Adam t-shirt, then you can still redeem it. If you never purchased the t-shirt, sadly, it's no longer an option. Obviously at this point, there's a whole bunch of styles that I could unlock to be able to create this character. But I'll just probably settle to just using the Black Adam t-shirt for now. So this is about as close to the classic Black Adam as you can get at character creation, and that is assuming that you did purchase the t-shirt. If not, you are going to have to use a slimline chest piece and the lightning bolt emblem in order to be able to recreate your friend Black Adam. So sadly at this point, at character creation, this is as close to your friend Black Adam as you can get, especially the classic version of the character. But later down the line, you will have access to more styles. Let's take a look at that. Later down the line, there is a full set of Shazam set of gear that you can get that allows you to create a pretty darn good looking Black Adam character. For the Shazam style, you can get it from the Shazam Time Capsule. So technically the style comes from the Shazam Time Capsule. It's called the Eternal Gear. But sadly at this point you have to get the Shazam Time Capsule from the broker, so you pretty much have to use a broker. Obviously to use the broker you have to be a legendary player. You could use it as a premium player if you purchase an escrow token, but the best way to use the broker is pretty much to be a legendary player. For some reason the style is called the Eternal style when you look at it on the broker. But when you look at it in the Styles tab, it is called the Magic's Champion. So you can see there's the whole style here. Again, I would strongly suggest instead of purchasing Shazam Time Capsule and hope to get the style, because then if you purchase the Shazam Time Capsule, then you have to purchase stabilizers to open those Time Capsule. I would just buy the bullet and just buy the style from the broker. I have to give my usual broker warning. Prices on the broker changes all the time. For the aura, right now I'm using the White Solar Aura. The reason why I picked up this one is that you can purchase it from the Deluge vendor in the Watchtower or in the Hall of Doom if you play an evil villain. So it's something that should be accessible to pretty much everyone. You could try to get the White Tesla Aura, but at this point you can only get the White Tesla Aura from the broker and it will be super expensive to do so. And the same for the Sparking Aura. At this point you can only get it from the broker and it will be super expensive. So that is why I went with the White Solar Aura instead. I'm using the Power of Zeus eye style to be able to get some nice lightning in the eyes of the character. Sadly for the Power of Zeus eye style, you pretty much either have to buy it from the broker, or again it comes from the Shazam Time Capsule, but you have to be uber lucky in order to be able to get it. There is also a White Light Stream movement style that you can get. Sadly, it is going to be expensive to get that. Sadly, the White Light Stream movement style comes from the Ultimate Lantern Core Pack, and it is, as you can see, it is pretty expensive. And it's 9,000 marketplace cash if you are a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, add 10% to that price. Also for the chest piece, you may be wondering why I did not put the lightning bolt yellow. I'll show you why right now. Sadly, the way the colors are separated on the style, if I put the lightning yellow, you can see it adds a whole bunch of yellow to the chest piece. So sadly, you have to make a choice. Either you end up with a whole bunch of yellow that you don't really want with the chest piece, or you just put the edge around the lightning yellow, and so that most of the chest piece will be black. You decide which option you prefer. Another option would be to use either a slimline chest piece or even better yet, the Stalwart Defender chest piece. And you could use the Shazam emblem, either the enhanced version of the emblem or the regular version of the emblem, you decide. Obviously the emblem is a little small. If you want to have a big emblem, you have to use the Shazam chest piece, but it is an option if you want to. And the reason why I'm using the Stalwart Defender chest piece, I'll show you with the slimline chest piece. So here we'll use the reverse slimline chest piece. So sadly here you can see the emblem is a little small. So that's why I usually have a tendency to use the Stalwart Defender chest piece. So this is pretty much how you can create your friend Black Adam. Obviously at character creation you have limited options in order to be able to do so. Once your character goes up in level, and especially once you get access to the broker, then you will be able to get at least some of the styles you need from the broker. At some point in time, the Shazam style will be added to the Booster Gold vendor, but it'll be roughly in a year, maybe a bit more. So if you want to create your friend Black Adam right now, you will have to use the broker at this point. And I was hesitating a bit. I wanted to create a Reverse Flash video, but I wanted to use a magic character. Then I toyed with the idea of using of creating a Trigon Superman character. But then I also was hesitating. I wanted to use our friend Black Adam. And then when I saw the Black Adam trailer yesterday, I knew that I had to use Black Adam. I had to. I had no choice. So this is pretty much it for our Black Adam character creation video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask so in the comment section down below, and I'll see what I can do about answering your questions. I have roughly 2,000 videos about this universe online at this point, so if I don't answer your question right away, just search in my videos. Odds are I already made a video that answers your question. And that is going to be pretty much it for now, guys. So as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.